Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In the previous video, we learned how to validate the user input in the template driven forms. In this video, we are going to talk about the reactive forms in Angular and how we can handle the user data submitted by the user. So now we will comment this form. Like here we can, because it's conflicting with the whole form. So now here we'll take another form and here we will say like we can take 2 to 3 inputs and this should be for name, this should be for email, and this should be for phone, and the placeholders should be like enter your name, enter your email, and placeholder should be enter your phone. Now we want the data of these inputs, like here we want to console our data, or we want the data submitted from the form to our desired places. And now we will also take a button, type will be submit, and here it will say submit. So for that, inside the app.module.ts file, we do have to import the reactive forms module in order to use the reactive forms. So we will say reactive forms module, and here it is imported from the Angular forms. And the inside our app.component.ts file, we will use the form group of type formGroup. Now formGroup means that all our inputs should be as a group, like the name, the email, the phone, and we will implement the onInit lifecycle hook, and inside our and the onInit we will say this dot formGroup is equal to new formGroup, and here we will say, so we have the name, the email, the phone. For the name we will say name of type new formControl. formControl means that each input is called a formControl, and the initial value we can say anything like name, or we leave it empty. So here we email, we will say new formControl and leave its form state as empty. And for the phone we will say phone of type new formControl and leave its value empty. So now we want to submit the value of this formGroup in the console to look we can get the value or not. So now we will take a method, like here we will say save the reactive form data, and here we will say form data. I'm using the camel case for the methods, like the first character is lowercase, the next is uppercase, and so on. So here we'll console this, and here we'll say form data. Now to get the value of the each input, we have to use some like the attributes of Angular that give us accessibility to get the values of these each input. Now before that, we will have to use a property binding here, and to tell Angular that the form group will be here, we have this form group, or the form group. This is the name of the form group that we want to use here, and here we will say form group. So its values will be binded with these input values, and to get the values of each input, we have to use formControlName. formControlName, like the ng model we have used in our two previous videos. So here we will say formControlName, and its name will be these names, like the name, the email, the phone. We'll say name, and its formControlName will be email. The form control for this will be name will be the phone. Form control name for the email should be email, and form control name for the phone should be phone. Now it will bind its value with the values input by the user. Now we also have to use ng submit to submit the data, and here we will say this, copy this, and here we will say like form group dot value. Let's see what happens. Now we can do anything, like here we'll say John email, and the phone should be like this, and the types should be also different from each, because we have used here email. Here should be 10 John Doe, and here we'll say johndoe@email.com, and here we'll say 1 to 4, anything like that. And when we submit this, as you can see, our values are submitted here inside our console, and this is working fine. The name is John, email is john@gmail.com, phone is 1 to 4. They are exactly working the fine, but the method is different. In the template driven form, we have used the ng model to get the value, or to bind the values of the user inputs, but here we have used the form control name to get the values of these form controls from the user, and when we submit this, our data is shown here inside our console. Now the ng submit is not necessary. We can also use the method save the form data inside the button also. So we'll cut this, and here we will say click event. So when the user clicks this, all data should be present here. So now here we can say john@gmail.com and 1 2 3 or anything like that. So the values are as it is, as we have with the gsubmit, but this way is not recommended because they have gave us the method or the technique like the ng-submit to submit the data of the user input. So we will revert this. So this is how we use the reactive forms to get the user data, and how we use the form group and the form group object with the control names. Like if we hover here, as you can see, this is showing that first is controls. Controls means that these inputs are controls. Now we can also put it inside these double quotes. It is not necessary that we like without the double quotes or any quotes or with the double quotes. We can also like without double quotes or with the double quotes. And the form control is each form control, like this is a form control, this is a form control, this is a form control. And the form control name is like it binds its value with this name. Now if we put here names, so as you can see, this is saying that cannot find control with the names, because it does not find here any form control with the names. Now if we put names, it will not give us any error. So the error is gone. So that was like it binds its value with this form group object values. And this is how we submit the or handle the user data using the reactive forms. In the next video, we will learn how to validate the user input in the reactive forms. Thanks for watching the video and stay tuned for more videos.